What's up everyone, it's Adam from Life of Adam. Today I'm back with a brand new lifeguarding tip video. In today's video, we're gonna be doing a part two to main reasons why people fail the lifeguarding course. If you haven't already watched part one, I will link it down below in the description, and let's just hop right into it. Now, the first reason in this video why people fail the lifeguarding test is that during the brick dive pre-test, they struggle to find the brick. This is a very common problem. I feel like the majority of people who are nervous to the brick dive are either A, worried about how heavy it is, or B, worried about actually finding the brick, because as we know, some pools, they have the lines on the bottom of the pool that are black, and if the instructor throws the brick all the way down to like a 12-foot pool and it's laying on a black line, it's really hard to find. So now I'm not saying if you struggle or you hesitate to find the brick, you're not gonna pass the lifeguarding course, but what I'm saying is if you take a long time and you don't know where it is and you're spinning around in circles and you're going underwater and you're coming back up without the brick, technically there is a 1 minute 40-second time limit. Now, the reason why I never really mention that in my videos is because usually the brick dive takes nowhere near that long. But in this certain situation, if the instructor sees that you're over that time limit, they cannot pass you and move you on to the next pretest. I definitely recommend swimming directly on top of it when you see it so that you can just go straight up and down to retrieve the brick, and so it's easier on you. Now, another reason why you might fail the lifeguarding test is that, let's say you're with your friends, you're in a class, it's a Friday night, you're in high school, you're having a good time, you're at a pool, is that if you fool around too much and you don't take it seriously. Now, although it's not likely, there is a chance that if you really tick off the instructor and you're really fooling around, you're not paying attention, you're talking when they're talking, and you're making a joke of everything, that they can kick you out of the class. And that although you passed the pretest and although you gave them money, if you have a really impatient instructor who just doesn't want to deal with your behavior, they will kick you out. I'm sorry, that was a bike in the background, but yeah, they'll kick you out and you're left with nothing. It's very important that you pay attention and you don't talk when they're talking and be respectful. Now, another reason why people fail the lifeguarding course is the dreaded foot cramp. Now, I'm not saying that if you get a foot cramp at the pretest that you're gonna fail. All I'm saying is the results of you having the foot cramp and your reaction, the way you handle it, is very, very important. The worst thing you can do is have a foot cramp and then just go over to the sidewall and just grab the sidewall. Don't say anything to the instructor and just hold the wall for like 5 seconds till it expires and then continue swimming. Because what the instructor will think is that you had to take a breather and you didn't have the stamina and the endurance and you're not that good of a swimmer to keep swimming continuously. What you should do is that immediately, if you get it, like worst case scenario, you weren't able to prevent it, is to kind of look at the instructor and be like, hey, like I have a foot cramp, and try to deal with it on the move. It's gonna be very hard to do that and it's extremely uncomfortable, but you really can't touch the side, you can't touch the bottom, and you can't touch the lane line. So if the worst case, if you have a foot cramp, try to like push it against your other leg. Let's like use your foot and push it against the side of your shin on your other leg to really try to alleviate the pain, but you really have to continue. What happens to me is like I get foot cramps when I do a lot of flutter kicking, especially like super quickly, like I'm trying to go really fast. And since you're trying to pace yourself during the 300-yard swim, you shouldn't really have to get to that point where you're really pushing yourself and you're really like flicking your feet so that happens. So if you start to feel it happen, what I recommend you do is you switch strokes. So if you get it from flutter kicking, start switching to breaststroke to kind of alleviate that stress. And if you get it from breaststroke kicks, maybe switch to flutter kicks. Like whatever type of kick it starts to hurt you with, go to a different one. Now, the last reason for this video is that you get stumped on a water rescue. Now, although it's not an exam, like they're testing you and that you're learning all the abilities throughout the middle of the course, if you really get stumped on a rescue to the point where you're just like not doing it and you're like very far off from achieving it, the instructor will start to lose confidence in you. The last thing you want to do is draw questions to the instructor, because they are giving you the certification at the end of the day. So if you're in a situation where you're having a hard time getting a rescue down, don't need to freak out. It's completely fine. This is just like a very, very extreme situation where you're just completely incapable of doing something. Like it's taking you like 45 minutes and it's like slowing the whole class down. What you should do is you should ask questions, do whatever they say. You want to communicate with them to know exactly what you're doing wrong, exactly what technique you should implement so that you can do it to the best of your ability. This is a very rare scenario, but if you're just incapable of doing a rescue and it's holding everyone up, they might have second guesses about your swimming ability. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Definitely like and subscribe to show your support to the channel so that all my lifeguarding tip videos can reach more people. And I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.